Welcome back to my channel. It is so good to be back. So thank you for being here if you are a returning subscriber. But as you guys know, I took quite a break from YouTube. I posted a video last week explaining that a little bit and telling you that I was coming back. So again, I'm so happy to be back. I owe you guys a Q&A, which is what I am doing here today. I just figured with being gone for so long, it would make sense to do a little bit of a sit-down Q&A, answer any questions you have for me since, again, I've been gone for so long. So that's what I'm doing. I have all of my questions up here on my phone. I asked you guys on both my YouTube video last week in the comments section and on Instagram to ask me any questions. So we're just gonna hop right into it, waste no time. A lot of questions are repeat questions. There's like a few categories that I got peppered with on. So we'll get to those. One question I know I had is, what made you decide to change your niche from being beauty makeup to mommy and parenting? And I thought I would start with this one. So what happened was when I got pregnant with Summer, at that point, I was doing 2 makeup videos a week. And I had been watching some like pregnancy related YouTube videos, mommy videos and things like that, and I really just wanted to do some of my own. So I think during my pregnancy what I did was 1 pregnancy video a week and then 1 makeup video a week. And what I was noticing is I was getting like 2 different audiences, if you know what I mean, like new people to my channel, and it like wasn't working well. I felt like I needed to pick one and stick with it. And then once Summer was born, it just made way more sense to go straight into all mommy lifestyle, that sort of stuff, just because it fit into my schedule better. I just don't have the time to sit down and like play with makeup, and I don't know, I'm just like not as into like all the glamorous looks. Don't get me wrong, I still love makeup, I love trying new products, and I want to somehow mingle that into this channel still. But overall, for where I'm at in life, it just comes more naturally and is more appropriate and like interesting for me to film videos like that. So that's why I changed my niche, and I think it's worked really well. I think a lot of my subscribers stuck around and still enjoy it, even though it's not all makeup and beauty content. Another question I got is, what are some of the things you do to relax and feel better? So one of the things I talked about in my video last week was the reason I stepped away from YouTube was because my anxiety was just like through the roof. I've always had a little bit of anxiety and depression issues, been able to deal with it fairly well the last 5 to 6 years, I'd say. But having a baby just put me right back in like crazy anxiety mode. So I'm guessing that that's where that question is coming from. So the first thing that popped into my mind when I heard that question is, especially when Summer was a newborn and you're just like exhausted and you get no time alone. My favorite time during the day was when Nick would get home from work and I could go take a hot shower. Like, it sounds simple, but that is so relaxing to me. So he would be on baby duty and I would take a long hot shower. So that was then. Now, you know, now that Summer's a little bit easier, like we're kind of going into that toddler phase, so it's not as easy, but she's a little more independent. I don't have to be breastfeeding her all the time, things like that. Definitely organizing relaxes me. So if I'm feeling like really anxious, if I just go in the kitchen and like declutter something, that helps. I recently decluttered my room in here. There's still some things I need to take care of, but just like decluttering really helps. Also, this is a real bummer. One thing that really used to calm me and that I loved were candles. And first of all, it's summer, so I don't really burn candles in the summer. I do that more in fall and winter. But what I've noticed is ever since being pregnant and postpartum, my sense of smell must still be really, really strong, because I can barely handle smelling a candle burning for 5 minutes without it just being so overpowering to me. So that used to be a way I relax, but right now it's just not working out so well. I hope it is better for the fall. We'll see. What else? Oh, if I'm being real, you guys, once Summer goes to bed at night, just literally laying on the couch and binge watching TV. Like, I don't know. I'm not ashamed of it. I love TV. I love TV shows. Nick and I are currently watching Perry Mason. It's a new show on, I think, HBO. I love that. It takes your mind off things, helps you escape. So, wow, I had a lot of answers for that. Okay, another question was, I enjoyed when you shared your diet and foods you made or tried. Will you incorporate any of that again? So, yes, when I was doing the mom vlogs when Summer was a newborn, I incorporated a lot of food and like meals and stuff, because Summer had a milk and soy protein intolerance. So because I was breastfeeding, I had to drastically change my diet. I could have nothing with milk ingredients, so all dairy free, nothing with milk in it, and then no soy. And soy is in, oh my gosh, like everything. Like, think about almost any packaged food, there's probably soy in it. So I did a lot of like milk and soy protein intolerance related cooking and like food hauls. So I definitely think I still will include some sort of like meal prepping things. I don't stick to that diet so strictly anymore because I'm not breastfeeding, but I actually do continue to use a lot of the food that I discovered from that time period, because I actually did feel really, like, I felt good and healthy when I was on that diet. But I have to eat cheese. Like, I missed cheese so much. But yeah, I think I will definitely add in some food and like cooking videos if you guys are interested. Especially too, I was thinking of doing a video showing you what I feed Summer, like 1 to 2 year old toddler meal ideas. So definitely, I think I will do that. The one question I got asked a lot was about being a stay-at-home mom, or if I work, or things like that. So I'm just gonna touch on that. I'm pretty sure that's basically like, yeah, are you planning on staying home full-time with Summer forever? How is it being a stay-at-home mom? Are you planning on staying home full-time with Summer? And then, are you planning to go back to work? So to answer all of that, when I did my makeup channel, like way back when I started, I had a 40-hour-a-week job in an office. And I continued that all through when I got pregnant with Summer and through pregnancy. I was working 40 hours a week in the office, and then I would film my videos in my spare time. That also caused a lot of stress, which now I don't have to deal with because I'll get into kind of what my schedule is now. But I went on maternity leave, and I live in New York State, so we get the 6 weeks, I think it's from the federal government, but then New York State also gives you, I want to say 8 weeks. I took the whole amount of time I had off. And then I was planning to go back part-time in the office, but I just, like, a few things just weren't lining up, and I also really didn't want to. I liked being home with Summer and like not missing out on things. So I talked with my boss, and he just thankfully said I could work from home part-time. So what I have been doing the last few months is working about 15 to 20 hours a week from home. I have a lot more free time at home to be with Summer. I plan to keep this schedule as long as they'll allow it. So on to the next question I got asked so many times is any plans for baby number 2? So let's see, yeah, baby number 2, plans for baby number 2. What do you think is a good age gap between kids? Do you want more babies? So I got asked that a lot. Ideally, like if I didn't have to be pregnant and deal with the newborn phase, I would want to have another baby like pretty soon. Maybe within the year. But you guys that have been around for a while, you know that my first trimester was very difficult. It was actually the only time, aside from taking this last break from YouTube, that I ever took a break from making videos. I was just so nauseous all the time. It was terrible. So I'm dreading that, especially with already having a child to take care of. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. I know every pregnancy is different, but I'm still just really scared about that. And then the newborn phase is just still traumatizing. I'm not, it's interesting because I think before you've had a baby, you think the scariest part is like labor and pushing. Yeah, that sucked, but it's so quick in retrospect. I'm not nervous about that again. I'm just nervous about the first 3 months of being nauseous 24/7, and then the first 3 months of having a newborn and just being so sleep deprived, and like with everything Summer had going on with her milk and soy protein intolerance and breastfeeding, like having to change my diet, it was just extremely stressful. So I'm just more anxious about that, and that's the only thing holding me back. And I don't know that Nick wants to have another baby like immediately, but anyways, to try and answer all these questions, I definitely want our kids closer in age than what me and my sister are and what Nick and his sister are. Both of us have a 6-year age difference between us and our siblings, so I definitely want something a lot closer than that. But I also don't know if I'll be one of those moms with 2 under 2. Maybe 2 under 3, I think. So like maybe give myself another 6 months to a year before trying to get pregnant. But yeah, definitely baby number 2 is something we want, just not this exact moment. Another question I got is, why did you name her Summer? So I talked about this in my baby names video. I did a video sharing 10 boy names and 10 girl names that Nick and I considered for our baby because we did not find out the gender. So we had to pick a boy name and a girl name to be ready for when the baby popped out. But we picked the name Summer because originally when thinking through girl names, we loved the name Winter. We live in New York State. We get crazy winters. Nick loves the winter, and I always just thought the name Winter would be really unique and pretty. But because Summer was going to be born in the summer, I just didn't want her to have to deal with like stupid questions of like, oh, why is your name Winter? You were born in the summer. I mean, it probably wouldn't have been a big deal, but I just brought up, well, what if we call her Summer? And we both really, really liked it. So that's how we came up with that name. Someone asked, how did you and your husband meet? So I don't know if I've ever talked about this on my channel. Funny enough, my husband and I met at a liquor store. So it's not what you think. When I was in college, I went to college about 2.5 hours away from home, but during the summers, I had a summer job at a big wine and liquor store, and Nick worked there. And so we met at work. I was 19 and he was 23. And then I went back to school and we did long distance for 2 to 3 years. And then the rest was history. We got married right after we both graduated. Someone asked, how is it being a stay-at-home mom? So I didn't really touch on this when I talked about my current like work situation. I love being a stay-at-home mom. It's very trying at times. Like you can get very exhausted, frustrated, bored. Like especially in the beginning, I was just so bored. I watched so much TV. Like, I'm sorry, I did. I watched all, 7 or 8 seasons of House. I watched Downton Abbey, like all however many seasons of that. I watched so much TV. But no, I would not change it for the world. The fact that I don't have to miss anything that Summer does, like I get to see her grow every single day. She has that continuity of being with her mommy, like I would not change it at all. How have you been dealing with the stress of COVID with a little? So yeah, wow, what is going on in our world? I would say it's such a complicated question. I think more so I'm not stressed about COVID. I was at the beginning just because it was crazy to have to wrap your mind around something so just like life-changing for everybody in the entire world. It's just crazy. I'm more just disappointed, I guess, or I don't know, like just kind of sad on the one hand because I can't really, I mean I can take Summer out, but I just choose not to if I don't have to. So I just miss being able to like take her out to do things. I miss just like strolling around Target, or like I would love to take her out to lunch now that she is eating food during our days. I would just like to be able to do more with her, and I feel like I probably should just wait. So that kind of stinks. On the other hand though, it's been awesome because Nick has been working from home at least 50% of the time during all of this, so he has gotten so much more time with her, and that's just like so much more bonding. So that's been awesome. But yeah, it just is like something we all have to deal with. It's not fun. I've just kind of gotten over the fact that this is not gonna change anytime soon. I think in the beginning I would have been shocked if you told me that we were still going to be doing all the like masks and social distancing into almost August. I wouldn't have believed you, and I probably would have been devastated, but it's just the new norm, unfortunately. Was motherhood what you expected? No, not at all, for better and for worse. It is so much more rewarding, and I have so much more love than I could ever have even imagined, and it's also so much harder than I could have ever imagined. Yeah, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Honestly, there's a mic drop. There's nothing else to say. What is Summer's favorite word? If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen her say this because I always catch it on camera if I can because it's just hilarious. She loves dogs, and I mean, we have Kip, our yellow lab, and I think Nick and I both just like dogs, so whenever we were out or if we ever saw one on TV, we would always be like, doggy, doggy. So I think we kind of brainwashed her into this, but she just says doggy all day. And she has a little stuffed yellow lab that I got when I was pregnant, and it's her favorite stuffed animal, and she just goes on and goes dody dody. She says dody, like D-O-D-Y. She just says dody 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 dody, and it's the cutest thing. What do you enjoy doing with Summer? Probably our favorite thing is to be outside. We take a walk every day if we can, and she also got a red wagon for her birthday, her 1-year birthday, first birthday, and she loves to be in that thing, and I'll just ride her around my driveway. Sometimes I'll take that out on the road too, but it's kind of bulky, so I'll just go in circles in our driveway. Okay, last question. What has been your favorite first of Summer's to experience? My favorite first, I think I got most excited when she first, maybe her first tooth. I don't know if I can pick a favorite, but I do just remember being really excited when she got her first tooth. I don't know why. Is that everything? I think so. If you have any other questions, drop them below in the comments and I'll just comment back to you with an answer. But that was super fun to answer everything. I love doing Q&As. Haven't done one in like at least a year, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm really excited because my next video is going to be a toy related video. I'm gonna do a toy series and review a bunch of different toy brands or like categories of toys. I think that that'll be really fun. Let me know if you're excited for that too. But yeah guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!